It began with a hazy screen grab. Then the report was leaked. A serious medical scandal has engulfed Chrisean Jr's name. Everyone is wondering what was actually in that baby's system after hearing the word. Drive 6. When secret paperwork purportedly connected to Chrisean Rock's baby boy started making the rounds online, fans were taken aback. The reports were vague, unsubstantiated, and damning. The whisper then emerged. Drew 6. is a word associated with toxicological tests, warning signs in children, and investigations that nobody wants to be involved in. Social media took off. In a matter of hours, even the most devoted followers were shocked by what she said as screenshots, anonymous texts, and a voice note from a nurse were published. However, the true question is whether the claim was accurate or if someone was attempting to discredit Chrisean B using her child as a weapon. Because there is a war, family turmoil, custody issues, threats, silence, a tree, and a potential cover-up that is more perverse than anyone could have guessed behind the leak. What you're about to hear will force you to doubt all you know about Chrisean, Blueface, and what's actually going on behind the cameras, so stay put. And someone is going to jail if the information in that report is accurate. Chrisean Rock's life has been a slow-motion train wreck from the beginning. It wasn't simply a disaster, though. It was uncooked. Tears, punches, and bloodied Instagram lives were all part of her journey from underground athlete to viral reality star. But everything changed when Chrisean became pregnant, or it should have anyway. Her on and off repeatedly. War has already ruined Adam lines, but one hope remained with the fans. Perhaps this infant will soothe her. And it appeared to do so for a brief instant. The internet never forgot the smoking, the arguing, and the public altercations during her pregnancy, even though she shared prenatal pictures, twerked with a baby bump, and talked about rebuilding and becoming a better version of herself. The widely shared video showed her drunkenly tripping at a party. No one intervened, despite the shock and condemnation of onlookers. Then Chrisean Jr was born, and pictures surfaced. Chrisean holds the infant while wearing hospital wristbands. Fans saw something was wrong right away. Even though she was crying, she gave inconsistent interviews. His birth weight eluded her. She arrived at the hospital without a car seat. On camera, she acknowledged that she hadn't purchased formula. While some were angry and others worried, nothing could have prepared them for what was about to happen. A video appeared 2 months after Junior was born. Chrisean lives. A baby's cries could be heard in the background. Supporters claimed to have spotted a bottle of Henny on the bedside table. CPS calls began to pour in. She returned the clap. Be mindful of your business. All right, my darling. However, nobody was buying it. Then all of a sudden, a person posing as a pediatric registered nurse from Los Angeles published the purported medical report to a gossip blog. The name Chrisean Malone Jr. was displayed in the screenshot. Adobe and a panel of toxicologists. There was one red circled word. Soon as Drew 6 detected the post, it exploded. Reddit, TikTok, and Twitter are all posting the same query. What on earth is Drew 6? It's a code for opioids, some said. It's a medical tag for exposure to several chemicals, according to others. Some claimed it indicated the youngster had withdrawal symptoms from birth. Next followed the voice memo purportedly, from a nurse who had direct knowledge of the infant's health. That baby had little hunger, high-pitched cries, and tremors when they first arrived. I was aware of it. I have seen it previously. I can't say much, but I also can't remain silent. This could have been avoided. I think the internet went crazy. Chrisean should be imprisoned if this is the case. Blueface needs to get custody right now. That poor infant. None of this was requested by him. Carissa Blueface's mother launched into a full-fledged tirade on Instagram in the meanwhile. She's unstable, as I've been saying. You all believe that I was hateful. Look, you guys have clout, and my grandson is in danger. This is where things become complex, though. Chrisean denied all of it. She cried and yelled while going live, uncontrolled. "They are attempting to abduct my youngster. It's a phony report. You guys believe a screenshot instead of me? It's Blueface, not me, who is toxic." Additionally, she asserted that the nurse, who released the recording, was merely a hate-monger attempting to gain notoriety. Fans, however, saw something unusual. Though the report featured a watermark and hospital emblem from a reputable California children's facility. Therefore, if it is a fake, it is a very good fake dot. Additionally, Chrisean can lose custody if the accusations are true. Who leaked it is the question now. Why now? And is this the start of a larger scheme to destroy Chrisean? But just as fans were still debating whether or not the leaked medical report was authentic, someone very close to her made a move that radically changed the course of events, and they have receipts that nobody saw coming. A different voice, not that of a blogger, entered the conversation. Blueface wasn't there. Carlisa wasn't even there. She was the eldest sister of Chrisean. Yes, Tessique. The same one who had been silent for months, ever since she and Chrisean almost got into a fight at 3:21 a.m. last year on a live stream. She shocked the fandom with an Instagram story. You guys are always wondering if the report is authentic. Inquire as to why the social worker visited the home twice. Boom, a dot. The internet went crazy. Hold on, Tessie attests to it. No, that's how she outed her own sister. It just got real. Within 15 minutes, a TikTok live screen capture began to become viral. TAHK key. No cosmetics, hoodie on, puffy eyes. She was also furious. "I'm still here. Hold on, Tono, more silence." I made an effort to keep her safe. I told her to relax. I pleaded with her to be serious about this mom thing. No, you people adore a fucking collapse. Then she revealed the secret. She flew to Miami for 3 days, leaving the baby with one of her young friends. Didn't even leave a diaper box full. The same ones were on that infant, although her admirers were stunned she wasn't finished. She was aware that they were observing. After the hospital, she was flagged by a new CPS. "It's cool, my fans got me. They won't believe anything, bro." Dot acknowledged that the report was true. The comment section was eerily silent. She then played a voicemail that was purportedly left by Chrisean. It was her voice, without a doubt. Avoid tripping over the nurse's asterisk. I have attorneys. They are unable to demonstrate what is and is not mine. I'll simply take them back to Baltimore if they show up. They are unable to show what belongs to me and what doesn't. The internet took off. Every second of the audio was dissected in Reddit. Discussions, dramatic reenactments were performed by TikTokers. After bloggers hurried to confirm the voice, Tessie uploaded a short, grainy video that was obviously a covert recording. 1 week before the purported medical breach, the date stamp was issued. Chris E., a man off camera in her bedroom. Uncertain voice. In the background, a baby is wailing. Will you feed him, man, or not? Chrisean, he's all right. He's gone. Eventually, stop. It's been 3 hours, man. I'm attempting to smoke first, Chrisean. I'm under a lot of stress. Give me a moment, let the gasps begin. Bring on the fury. She went to smoke while her infant cried. She acknowledged relocating states in order to avoid CPS. This isn't even disorganized. This is illegal. In the meantime, Blueface, who had just been freed from prison, naturally took to Twitter. I tried to let you know. You guys still tolerate her clowns, even if my son is currently in a trap crib without milk. Blueface answered, working on it. In response to a fan who urged, so go get him then. The lawyer said this leak might be what I required, which Blueface is requesting full custody of. Yes, according to insiders. According to some people close to Blueface's camp, he has already prepared emergency custody documents. And because of safety concerns raised by the media, the court will reconsider it within a week. Here's the real kicker, though. An unnamed Nurse from the real hospital in the leaked article revealed something horrifying to a gossip blog. A positive talk screen was present. We simply were not permitted to reveal who else was real. It's confirmed now. Something was in Chrisean Jr.'s system from birth. And that has one meaning. The twist was never in the report. The actual twist. Chrisean was safeguarded by someone within the hospital, yet they still allowed her to leave with the baby. The same hospital is currently being investigated. It's no longer simply about Chrisean. It's about why they kept it quiet and the system that made it possible for her. But just when you thought things couldn't get any darker, the name of another child was spoken, and it might permanently alter the course of this case. Another bomb dropped in silence as the internet was still reeling from the horrific bedroom. Video and Teskey's voicemail that was exposed. And no one anticipated where this one came from. I worked at the same hospital. An anonymous Reddit post that discusses more than only Chrisean. People initially believed it to be one more cloud pursing the viral trend. However, they later published severely censored papers. 2 sheets, one with a case tag at the bottom and another with a line at the bottom that reads patient unnamed male infant. It's the same as Chrisean Jr. Status of Drew 6 MX observation, hold. Discharged against the advice of the staff. The comment section was exploding. Hold on. They attempted to grasp the infant. What is meant by Malik? The staff was overridden, but why? Bloggers jumped on it. Jumping into the threads were nurses. A person who identified themselves as a pediatric specialist made a terrifying hypothesis. The drug classification code is DRU6. However, MLX is an internal abbreviation for suspected multent with no known cause. All of a sudden, this was more than one infant who tested positive for exposure. Someone was trying to hide it by pulling strings. Then came the name of Angela. Oh, a social worker who was purportedly connected to several neonatal discharge approvals. Drew was flagged. LinkedIn was discovered by Reddit detectives. Her name was compared to public hospital data by TikTokers. In a stunning turn of events, it was also found that she had authorized 4 cases of a similar nature in the previous 2 years, one of which included the child of another influencer. Angela had become the go-to fixer for celebrities and reality stars who needed to quickly put an end to medical drama, according to Wing insiders. Suddenly, people began to wonder how many other babies were sleeping soundly, disregarded and marked. Is hush money being used to suppress Drew 6? Was Chrissy the only one being shielded? The second child then arrived. A mysterious message was posted by a nurse using a burner account. There are other people with babies related to Drew 6 besides Chrisean. The identical flag was carried by one of her acquaintances, a model from her social circle this year. Keys left Los Angeles in the same manner as Chrisean after having a daughter. As they dug deeper, investigators discovered a paper trail that led to other silent discharges. Same internal reviewer, same coded classification, same hospital. Angela. Oh, things were rapidly getting out of control. Child welfare organizations began requesting an audit. Internal reviews were made available by medical boards, with more than 9. The phrase DRU6 began to trend on X 48 hours and 2 million impressions. Blueface, meanwhile, went live in a rage. You're telling me that my child was nearly detained, but was ultimately released. I'm returning to court, man. I obtained the right to sue IDGF. Amber Rose even took over. This isn't even a slight. But we need explanations if infants are born exposed and doctors are overridden. However, Chrisean shared a picture of herself laughing aboard a yacht on Instagram. Just the location tagged Tulum, Mexico, with no caption. While CPS is on your back, you were nudged by the comments in Tulum. Junior is where? This isn't barbaric, it's repulsive. Then, Jada Lee, an influencer mother, shared a Mr. Rouse narrative. You all continue to play with them. It's not real, Dodro 6 tags. Simply wait for the leak of that video, the subsequent slide, a screen grab, of a purportedly hospital nursery time-stamped security video. She still hasn't told you the truth, as evidenced by the caption, "One of them ain't make it." If the video is authentic, there might have been a second baby connected to this incident, which is why the internet went down. They, too, didn't make it. Fingers pointed, theories swirled. Everybody wanted answers, but one inquiry stood out above the rest. What on earth is happening in that hospital? Drama is no longer the only thing here. It's a ticking time bomb. And given that the DRU6 hashtag went viral across platforms and the conspiracy theory grew out of control, Chrisean may not be the only person caught in the blast. Twitter X turned into a full-fledged battlefield. Chrisean supporters referred to it as a slander effort. You guys are dragging a black mother in this way while individuals like Blueface get away with it. Postpartum is a real condition. Instead of helping her, you guys would like to cancel her. Critics, however, were brutal. She's not a mom. She poses a threat. How well known she is doesn't matter to me. It's over if that baby tested positive. You guys canceled DaBaby, yet you still support these hypocrites. It was no better on TikTok. Numerous creators shared in-depth analyses, audio snippets, and theatrical recreations of the leaked voice memos. A fictitious courtroom skit named CPS vs. Chrisean, the DRU6 trial was even put together by one viral creator. 5 were withdrawn, 10 hours and 4 million views. YouTube commentary channels, however, were unable to publish frequently enough. What actually transpired in the nursery was explained by the DRU6 timeline. Chrisean drama with his baby daddy recently grew more intense. Even well-known websites like Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, and Onsite began to report on it cautiously, using terms like allegedly unconfirmed reports, according to people with knowledge of the matter. Then the shocker arrived. Naturally, someone leaked the uncensored 6-minute voice note that Blueface's mother, Carissa Saffold, left on her close friend's story. Shay questioned her directly, was he detoxing? And she laughed. She said, "The moment I saw that baby in person, I knew something wasn't right. He was shaking, his eyes darting everywhere, laughed in my face. I urged my son, get that baby out of there before it's too late. Now the world sees what I saw months ago." She went on, "This ain't hate. This is protection. It's triggered my son's meltdown." Carissa became popular right away. Carissa was correct. Fans are divided on the issue of hashtag justice for the baby and hashtag defend Chrisean. Celebrities began to take sides. I love Chrisean, but this DRU6 mess is beyond TV. Tokyo Vanity tweeted. Saucy Santana clapped back, saying, "If that baby is being hurt, we gotta speak up. You guys love to drag black women in crisis. Babies being used for content. Y'all sick?" The streets were aware that chaos was coming, didn't ask to be born into it. Bobby Lights went one step further, posting a picture of himself holding a stack of printed reports with the caption, "Don't worry, I'll air it if VH1 doesn't." No filter, Alt-TDRU6 is more than simply a code, it's a cover-up. Fans pleaded with him to go live, and petitions to formally involve CPS began to take shape. Blueface alluded to within 48 hours, a restraining order and an emergency full custody motion were filed. Charlemagne Thaw God even commented on The Breakfast Club, stating, "This may be the most repulsive celebrity parenting scenario we've witnessed in 10 years. I have no idea what's genuine. But if even half of it is true, someone is going to jail." However, Chrisean stayed eerily silent. When she posted a black and white message on her story that read, "God gone handle everything they tried to ruin," fans began to worry. Was she okay? Was she going ghost because she's guilty? Did they already take the baby? Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any wilder. A new video appeared, but it's blurry and from a parking lot, 2 weeks ago. A man's voice yells, "Put the baby in the damn car seat, Chrisean," as she spills a bottle, picks it up, and kicks a car door while Chris E. holds the infant and screams at someone off camera. "He doesn't need it," she retorts. "We're not going very far." The 11-second clip was sufficient because after days of back and forth, viral videos, voice notes, and ceaseless speculation, a leaked document bearing the seal of Doll's Seal started a Los Angeles Superior Court Emergency Family Division. People were no longer just discussing custody. They were demanding intervention. And someone had just leaked court documents that could change everything. A petition for emergency custody filed by Jonathan Jamal Porter, also known as Blueface, has been making the rounds on Reddit and X. The document details alleged substance exposure at birth and stable living conditions, uses viral videos of multiple witnesses claiming neglect as supplementary evidence, and demands an immediate hearing within 72 hours. What's more shocking is that a certified toxicology panel is attached to the document, and an unredacted real dot confirmed the presence of benzodiazepines, THC, and trace levels of alcohol metabolites found in an umbilical cord sample. The baby was born with substances in his system. It's official. No more conjecture. The online world froze for hours with no new tweets, no TikToks, no Chrisean Response, and not even a single Blueface's comment. Normally, Loud Mom Kisa and Quack 100's manager went live, and he was dead serious. "I told you years ago that this girl needed help, and now we have proof. You think the state is gone? Ignore that. It's going down. You thought this was love and hip-hop. This real-life courtroom Buddha is lit." Then he said they already picked up the baby, which is why she's quiet. Wait, what? CPS arrived last night. Quiet. No cameras. A video teaser is released. VH1, dark screen, slow zoom. Next week, Chrisean Rock speaks. One frame flashes. They don't want to make a scene. Big baby is in state care until the hearing. Life ended. Comments were disabled. Within minutes, blogs began reporting the same thing. Chrisean Jr. has allegedly been taken out of her custody. And guess what? Chrisean hasn't posted anything. No tweet, no live, no denial. Screen reads, "They took him and I ain't even got to kiss him goodbye." Chrisean crying as she sits across from a producer. The screen fades to black. Now everyone is waiting. Will she get him back? Will Blueface get custody? Is this all a setup? Or is Chrisean truly spiraling out of control with no one left in her corner? Because right now, the fat baby is gone, and everyone is waiting to see what happens next. So now, you guys tell us who is truly to blame. Or was this just a desperate mother struggling in silence, being pulled by the internet before she could even heal? Chaos? Because, listen, if those medical records are authentic and the baby was actually taken, this is no longer gossip. It's a custody battle. And where is Blueface in all of this? One minute he's tweeting, the next he's battling his own cases. Can we really trust him to be a full-time father? And let's not even talk about Tosquito. You think she leaked the report to save her nephew? Or was this simple retaliation? Do you think Chrisean Jr. should be removed permanently? Is Blueface the better parent in this mess? And most importantly, do you think this story is truly over? The next update may be the most heartbreaking one yet. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like if you're as shocked as we are, and make sure those notifications are on because something tells us it's just getting started. And since VH1 teased that explosive interview, you'll already know we'll be back the second it drops.